Alrighty, so let's talk about some of the latest news in the Walking Dead world. Robert Kirkman did an interview and he offered a Rick Grimes update, at least some insight into what is going on with the Rick Grimes movie right now, and also the Walking Dead ending later on next year. And it seems like it has basically been confirmed now, and I was wrong. It will be 3 parts. I mean, like AMC still hasn't really came out and confirmed it, and I'm mostly seeing this from comicbook.com that it is going to be 3 parts. And the only reason why I thought it would be 2 parts is because, first of all, it's 24 episodes. They are airing this summer. I thought maybe they're going to be doing 12 and 12, right? Like 12 episodes starting in like August or September or something, ending in November, and then another 12 next February, ending whenever the hell that would end. But it seems like they're probably going to be doing 8 this summer. Fear season 7 or something like that will most likely air this fall. And then, yeah, they'll do something next spring. And then that fall will be another 8, which I just think is smart. I think it's smart to end The Walking Dead at the end of the year next year, just because you don't want to end it in the spring and then all summer we don't really have anything to talk about and The Walking Dead is just kind of over. And by the time it's Christmas, Halloween, it's just, you know, it just feels empty. And I think to like really to air the back half or the third half, to air like the third part, say in October of 2022, end it in November, you're ending the year with Walking Dead content, right? This way we say goodbye to 2022 with saying goodbye to The Walking Dead, which I can't believe we are going to be doing. Like, it is incredibly sad. Like, I'm thinking about those last 8 episodes, that last third there. Like, the first 8 episodes aren't going to feel too real. The impact of the show ending, it's not going to hit me yet. We're just all going to be talking about these 8 new episodes of The Walking Dead, right? And then the second part, I mean, things might start to ramp up and things might start to get exciting. It really depends on like what the story is going to be like. I think we'll be able to judge from there how we're going to feel once episode 16 ends. But that third part, like the final 8 episodes, I was talking with my girlfriend last night about what it's going to be like to review the last like 2 or 3 episodes, knowing that finale is coming up. Like, it's going to be the weirdest thing on the channel to be talking about. Well, there's only 2 more episodes left, so how are they going to wrap this thing up here? Is this character going to die? How are they going to wrap up this person's storyline? Are they going to get together in the end? Or, you know what I mean? It's going to be nuts. And then the night that finale airs to post my review, and it's like the final review. I know I'm still going to be covering The Walking Dead afterwards. There's so many shows afterwards. It's the main show, and it's going to be nuts. I'll have to do some kind of special for that day, like the entire day, like an 8-hour long live stream talking about my favorite moments. It's just something like The Walking Dead as a series coming to an end. I can't believe it. But anyways, I've rambled on long enough here. Let's talk about what Kirkman had to say here. So I'll post the link to the article down below. I'm just taking these like little excerpts here from the article, but they go into things a lot more in detail here, so definitely go check it out. It's from comicbook.com. The Q&A will also be coming out later on today, so stay tuned for that. I asked for questions on Instagram, and so yeah, I'll be working on that pretty much right away, and then that'll be out within a few hours after this video, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Now, to get into the quote here from Kirkman, he talks about the show ending, the spinoff stuff, and then he talked about the Rick Grimes stuff. So because I just talked about the show ending, let's start with that first. He said, I haven't really thought about ending The Walking Dead, to be honest, because it's still a ways away. Kirkman says, as seen in the video above, the final season began production earlier this year, but is expected to shoot right up to the end of 2021. And will air into late 2022. At the same time, you know, we're already talking about the Carol and Daryl show, and there's different ways that The Walking Dead will live on. The writer and creator says, so I guess concluding at season 11 in some ways isn't really a conclusion, so I haven't really thought about it, but now you're making me real sad. That's the funny thing about the final season, like we are starting it in the summer, but they are going to stop filming, or they're going to finish filming at the end of 2021, most likely right before Thanksgiving. It's going to be really emotional for them, and you bet they are going to film like a documentary or something on like the last day of filming. You are probably going to have a lot of people on set. You're going to have Andrew Lincoln, John Bernthal. You're going to have a lot of people coming to visit them because it's the last day of The Walking Dead. It's going to be big. Like, I have to, in terms of me doing my videos and stuff like that, I really gotta like cherish like just the show and like really put my thoughts out there, and this is the only time to really do it, right? All this excitement I have for the final season and what's gonna happen in each episode, like I want to like document that, right? To like look back on in like future years to see, oh, that's what I thought, or that's what I thought going into this episode, or you know what I mean? But the Daryl and Carol show, that's supposed to air in 2023, and if the show is going to end in late 2022, I do wonder if the Carol and Daryl show is going to air in like the spring of 2023. When does the Rick movie come out, right? Like, that's the thing about the Rick movie is they are expected to film in the next month, 2-3 months around there, and say they've finished this year, because they will finish this year. If they're starting the movie this year to film, I mean, they might have to do reshoots next year or later in the year, but that movie could easily come out next year or the fall of 2022 when The Walking Dead ends. Or if they're smart, hold it off until spring 2023, because you want that excitement for the Rick movies, right? Like, you want the excitement for the Walking Dead universe after the show ends. And if the show ends and we've already seen the movie, I think a lot of the excitement could die out right away. I know there's still going to be sequels and more stuff, but you're still keeping that excitement there. It's the same thing as when Rick Grimes left the show. Like, they announced the movies right away that he left the show, but he's going to be in movies. So it was like, okay, you're sad he left the show, but we're getting movies still. So you were still very excited, right? Now let's talk about the Rick Grimes movies. This is what Kirkman said to comicbook.com. He said, I think that the show is very much an ensemble story, and this is very much Rick's story. So I think being able to focus more on Rick as a character and do more with him is really cool. I think it's going to be a very different kind of Walking Dead story, which is really exciting. You know, when you're doing something like this, you have to make sure that it makes sense for it to be a movie. This isn't just some kind of expansion of what you're expecting from the show. This is something that's going to be very different, but it's going to be the Rick Grimes that we all know and love. And I'm very excited for people to finally see it when it's released in 2032. Obviously, he's joking there. I just got to clarify that, because there's going to be one person in the comment who's like, what? The movie's not coming out for 11 years? But I like what he said there about the movie. He said that the first movie is very much Rick's story. That's what I originally thought, but based off of some of the promotion and stuff like that, since then, I always thought, or I got the general vibe anyways, that this was more of a Walking Dead movie. Like, it's not necessarily Rick's story, it's something else. But the fact that he said that, I think I'm going to like these movies a lot more than I'm thinking, because it is Rick's story, because the show was essentially Rick's story. That's why we love The Walking Dead. It started out that way. Season 1 and 2, it was all revolving around Rick, right? Season 3 as well with the prison, and he was the leader. Season 4, like, I can go on and on. Literally every season, Rick was the main focus. It was his story. And I would even say around season 7 and 8, that's where it started to die off. And I think that's where a lot of people criticized Gimple a lot in the direction that he took the show. Like, it started beforehand, and you gave a lot more character development, I would say, to other characters. But in season 7 and 8, he did focus a lot more on Rick in terms of like dialogue and scenes, but he split everyone apart, and there wasn't really that much of a focus on Rick too much. There was a lot of episodes focusing on random characters, but it wasn't, I don't know, I don't want to criticize season 7 and 8 anymore, but season 9, those first 5 episodes really felt like it was Rick's story, right? It was like a return to form for the show. It felt like it was Rick's final episodes. Like, when he left, everything just kind of concluded. The entire story at that point, where Maggie didn't want to work with the Saviors, Rick was trying to get everyone to just work together, all the stuff with Maggie and Negan, just everything. It was Rick's world. It really was. And so I think in the movies, to focus on him and make it his story, it's going to be amazing. Andrew Lincoln as the lead character, all alone, and you know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that we love about The Walking Dead. There is not one Rick, like, boring scene that I know of. I'm trying to think on the show. Is there one scene that I just hate that's of Rick and is just incredibly boring because he doesn't say or do anything? No, like, especially now that he's gone off the show, when I watch like old scenes with Rick in it, it's just absolutely amazing. I love Andrew Lincoln. He's one of my favorite actors of all time, for sure. And so it's awesome to hear this. I really am excited for the movie. I can't wait for them to start filming. I hope that we get an update very soon. I do think we are going to get one by April 4th. Either on the final season, on filming. It is going to be coming very soon. Like, it is spring right now, but as we go more into spring, as soon as these 6 episodes are over, like within, like definitely in April, that's where all the updates are going to start coming. And so I'm excited. I really am excited for the movie to get rolling, for the first on-set photo of Andrew Lincoln reprising Rick Grimes. Like, it's going to be amazing. And then a few months later, 2-3 months later, the final season will air. We'll get the trailer and stuff before then. It's definitely going to be a very busy spring and summer for us. So I hope everything works out really well, because like I said, Andrew Lincoln did say if things were going well, like pandemic wise, that in the spring, they will begin filming, and things have been going very well. So we'll see if they start to film in like April or May, because that's usually when The Walking Dead used to film. I know the last year or two has been very different, but that's usually when they started filming. It was like late April. Mostly it was like early May, first week of May. So that could be when they're planning, is in May. So yeah, overall, I am just very excited, and I would like to hear what you guys have to say about all of this. So post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.